everybody, and welcome to Energetic Principles Monthly Horoscopes for September 2017. My name is Melissa LaFara, and I am an astrologer and tarot reader from San Diego, California. And in this video, we're going to discuss what is in store and what key dates to look for during this September period. So let's get started.
And may the stars be with you.
All right, Pisces and Pisces Rising, what does September have in store for you? Well, we're now in Virgo season. We've been there since August 22nd, so we're a handful of days into it now, and essentially that is your sign of the partner, your opposite sign here. So you're gaining vitality and awareness through your partnerships and the issues of diplomacy and finding peace and harmony within your life. So this is the time of year where your partnerships might get a critical eye, and you might discern if certain people are good for you or not. You have probably more awareness over your own relationship ideals now, and especially since we're in that Virgo land where everything is so real, especially to a Pisces, you might be in touch with where you're idealistic in relationships and to help get a dose of reality there. It's also a time where you might find yourself more wanting to relate more through work and service, like put yourself out there and connect with people through your work and what it is you do on a day-to-day. And Pisces is really good at remaining humble within these exchanges and these relations with other people, because a Pisces likes some harmony. So essentially it's a month where you're taking responsibility for your own balance and not putting that weight on someone else's shoulders, but discerning how other people work in your life and how your relationships operate is essentially where your spotlight is going to be this month. So let's talk about some key dates to look out for. And the first one I want to talk about is September 5th, when we have Mercury stationing direct on the solar eclipse point at 28 degrees Leo. And so we've spent these last couple weeks basically reviewing the last handful of months. And so our mind has been getting this makeover, and our way of communicating has been made over as well. And so the mind is clear. It's back on track. We're ready to move forward. We're energized by Mars and Uranus. We're ready to break out and take action. And for you, Pisces, your mind is on day-to-day reality and thinking about ways to make that fresh and to look at what it is you do on a day-to-day in your work life in a new way, and how to communicate your own needs and self-expression within that work environment and who you interact with. So it's essentially calling for greater self-expression on your job, at your job, and becoming more mentally devoted to joy through meaningful work. So if you've been learning new skills at all, now's the time you can now implement those things and just reorganize your priorities, essentially, and your own responsibilities, so that you have more personal happiness, because you might have felt that that your own responsibilities in life and all these priorities that you have to other people have kind of come into the spotlight as of recently, especially last month in this solar eclipse. So you're getting yourself in touch with the responsibilities that you have, and making sure that those facilitate your happiness rather than take away from it. So then we're going to move right into Virgo, and your mind is going to be working on those partnership issues that I just talked about. So the next date we're going to talk about is actually the next day, which is September 6th. And that is a full moon at 13 degrees Pisces. So we're having a full moon in your sign. And with any full moon, it's essentially an apex and a release of this polarity, this Virgo Pisces polarity. And so just know at 13 degrees, this is going to be a breakdown, breakthrough moon. So expect a little breakdown, but also expect to break through in an area. And for you guys, it's all around, you know, yourself versus the partnerships in life, and being more outgoing in relationships and not getting caught up in certain ideals of viewing the other person, and to be more creative and emotionally assertive yourself with the people that you're relating to. So how you see yourself may clash with how your partner sees you, in a sense right now. And so you're going to be working through these issues. You know, what are my needs? What do I need versus what does someone else need? And so there's probably going to be maybe a little bit of sacrifice or let go in that area of something that is personally important to you to help make that partnership work. So just know that these issues might be coming up during this full moon for you. So the next date we're going to talk about is September 13th, when we have the Sun squaring Saturn. And, you know, Sun squares Saturn a couple times every year, and we feel these few days of like the weight, you know, of the world is on our shoulders, and there's obstacles coming our way, and temporary frustrations, and we're being asked to be patient and stay focused on what it is we're going for. We have to make some tough decisions in life, but ultimately we have to stay realistic and not pessimistic. And for Pisces, that's going to be around the areas of partnerships in your career. So personal and or your business partnerships may challenge your own authority during the Saturn square, and especially at work. So you may find that you have to make actually a challenging commitment of some sort. Maybe they're asking you to commit to something, and you're like, this changes everything, changes my reality in a sense. But you might have to make that commitment in order for you to make progress with what it is that you're, you know, essentially going for, and make progress within partnerships. So just know that maintaining harmony with other people and not getting caught up in power trips is going to be an issue here. And you're just going to have to be patient with yourself. You're going to have to be patient with other people, and make necessary decisions you have to make. But also, you know, just know that this is going to pass. Don't let the moment take you down. Especially with Pisces, you know, you can be a little, you're so sensitive and emotional, which is a strength of yours. But when Saturn gets involved, don't let that weight hurt you. Just be patient and wait it out, essentially. So the next day we're going to talk about is the new moon in Virgo at 27 degrees Virgo on September 19th and 20th, depending on where you are in the world. And so usually we have a new moon that happens like, you know, not too far after we get into whatever season we're in. But because we had two new moons in Leo, we're having our new moon in Virgo a little late in the game. So just know you're going to be working on all these partnership issues, and you're not going to get that renewal until, you know, closer to the end of the month, where you're now going to be able to revive that harmony and balance within relation to others, and to set new precedences around, you know, who you're working with and what you expect out of that. So you're going to be able to shift your partnerships in ways of relating and in a healthier, more conscious way. Chances are new connections might come your way, where you have new partners come to you that are able to help you along with the things that you're personally pushing. And just overall equality in the situation and the people that you're working with, to make sure you're both on even playing ground. You can now make progress there. So a few days later, we're basically just going to cruise into Libra season when we have our autumn equinox on September 22nd. And we have this is the time where we basically move into fall, and it's an equal day, equal night. And it's a time when we begin to move into a time of release in a sense. So for your spotlight switch, you're basically going to be moving from partnerships into more intimacy issues, and working on finding harmony through intimacy with other people, and also learning to balance your own instinctual behavior and psychological patterns that might come up that create power and control issues in certain relationships. So this is we segue into Libra season and through October, which I'll have more videos for that later. It's really about drawing the lines and the boundaries with other people. You may need to draw a line in the sand saying, no, I only accept this much, or you may need to open up a little bit more. But you're a Pisces, so I'm assuming you got to draw the line and not open up more. So just know that this is a time where you're going to be segueing into finding peace within life's transitions, because chances are Libra season for you will bring about change in your life. So yeah, Pisces, this month is all about working on your relationships and how you can get that on more equal footing and discerning who's right for you, who isn't, and who's really helping you along with what it is that you're trying to do. All right, Pisces, so what does the tarot have in store for you for this September? Well, we have the Judgment as focus and Strength as our grounding. And these are both very powerful cards, so I feel like a lot of change is here for you this month, Pisces. And you're really coming to terms with the truth of a situation, you know? You're having this spiritual awakening in a sense, and you might be surprised about the revelations that you're having right now that are essentially leading to new beginnings in your life, or resurrecting something that once was to this fresh new state. So just know that this is a month of where you're really gaining perspective on the past and looking ahead to the future, and how you can take this opportunity for rebirth and your own renewal. But in order for that to happen, you kind of have to get grounded in the idea of strength, and knowing that, you know, ego, self-control over of your ego, and having the courage needed to act upon these revelations is really what is being asked of you. Because you might have had that awakening that's like, all right, this is my calling. I found my calling. But essentially, you got to master your own emotions and your own ego in order to make these changes and bring this freshness into your life. So you might gonna have to dig deep this month, Pisces, and just, you know, go on despite fear that is in front of you. Just dig deep. Know if you have to deal with a situation that you have everything within you to do so, because the truth of the matter is essentially coming out this month, and it's time for your inner strength and your own patience to be developed in order to work upon these truths, because what's coming up for you now is essentially bringing you to where you need to go. So yeah, Pisces, how can we do this? How can we renew and stay strong in all these changes that are going on in your life? All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to connect with me to find out more or to get a reading, you can find me at energeticprinciples.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Energetic Principles. I also have a podcast with Shauna McGrath of Neo Feminine Astrology, which is called The Feminine Principle, Astrology for Authentic Living. And that is a podcast that comes out weekly where we discuss what is going on in the stars, along with tarot cards and inspirational quotes. So feel free to stop by. You can find that on Podbean, iTunes, or YouTube. So, you know, I'd love to connect with you and hear what you're thinking during this September season. So please comment below with what is going on with you. And if you want to stay in the know, please subscribe to my channel. So I'm wishing everybody a fabulous September and the month ahead. And as always, may the stars be with you.